Yeah.
Yeah, can you stop and give the recording host access to Vivek? Why? Because this recording again, it will take more time to get in the group. Don't mind.
First, no.
I
First
am.
of all, I don't have host access. I think Ramesh ji have.
I have changed the access to you only.
Okay.
I was able to start recording from my side, and it is recording. Hopefully, it will get saved in my computer. I'll share it as soon as this ends.
Yeah, I think Vivek, recording has been started from your side.
Yes, 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 sir.
Okay.
Okay. Can I
Okay.
continue? Or
Yeah, please
You
carry
can.
on, Hari.
okay. Yeah. See, we have two types of S4 HANA system. One is a Grow with SAP and Rise with SAP. Grow with SAP is a private cloud. We can do a lot of customization based on the business requirements. And if you go to the Rise with SAP, it is the standard cloud. It's a public cloud system. In public cloud system also we can do customization, but it is limited. We can't able to customize how in private cloud we can do now. In S4 public cloud we can't able to do like that. So we can maximum follow the standard rules what SAP was suggested. So I think anyone heard about clean core approach? Okay, okay, I will explain.
That comes in older versions, right?
No. See, clean core approach means, for example,
Clean core.
we have one. Yeah, anyone? Someone is okay. See, clean core approach means. See, we have three developers. See, some developer develop program like his perspective. Okay, his way of developing, and another developer he worked his perspective. So that's why SAP will bring to the clean core approach. That means standard process. First, you need to follow the standard process. If standard process is not met your business requirements, then only you can go to the customization. Otherwise, you can follow the standard things only. If you go to the customization, that time SAP will not help you in the Rise with SAP. Okay. So this business requirement is we are integrated S4 public cloud system SAP, and the third party is the DMS system. DMS means distribution management system. Okay, so the customers data, sales data, and purchase data, everything they are maintained in the DMS system. So now we are integrating S4 HANA public cloud and also this DMS system using the CPI. So DMS system supports some of the APIs also supported, and also some DMS systems they provided they're downloading data in the Excel format and they maintain those Excels in the SFTP server. So these requirement is the DMS data. What are the data is available in DMS? They are downloading and they are maintained in the SFTP servers. So our job is we need to connect those SFTP servers. We can read those data, and also see in S4 HANA public cloud we have APIs, standard APIs there. I think you aware of Business Accelerator Hub, right? In Business Accelerator Hub we have a lot of APIs are available. Those are the standard APIs. In S4 HANA public cloud we can use these standard APIs to create, for example, if you want to create some journal entry. So we have a journal entry APIs. I will show you. So this is SAP S4 HANA public cloud edition. So we have APIs, it is supported SOAP API and OData V2, V4 and REST APIs. For example, if I want to create a journal entry, You can see we have a general entry API. It is supported the SOAP protocol. You go to this overview. So this is the communication scenario. So we need to add this communication scenario in S4 HANA public cloud, but that is not our job. The functional consultant will activate this communication scenario and they will provide one API, general entry API. So in the configuration level, we can utilize that API and we will create a journal entry based on our data, which is coming from the DMS system. So now, if you go to this one, yeah, they are maintaining booking data. See, I already told you. So we have booking data, sales data. See, this is the automobile industry. In the automobile industry, they are maintaining booking data, purchasing data, and also sales data. So these terms you frequently used in your projects. So functionals, they told that we have a sales data is there, and we have a purchasing data is there. So we need to integrate purchasing data to S4 HANA. So that is the technical terms. Generally, so these data, they are maintained in the SFTP server. It automatically generated journal entry and it is posted the document number, accounting document number. So this is the FI integration. Okay, so this is the booking data. Okay, so I fetch the file from the SFTP server. See, sometimes they maintain Excel files. At that time, we need to instruct to the client, sir, you can maintain the CSV format. Why we can maintain? Because if they want to maintain CSV format, we have one converter, right? In the palette option, we have CSV to XML converter is there. So we can use some additional requirements is there. So that is the reason I prefer CSV format, because of we have the CSV palette option is there. So if any integration is related to Excel, you can see CSV format is nothing but you just save in the .csv format, right? So that is not a big deal and client will agree, but we need to explain. Okay, so when you can use that CSV to XML converter, you can easily convert that CSV data into XML. And sometimes in the data in the Excel data we have a lot of spaces is there. Okay, so we need to remove those spaces. And if we go to this, this is the Groovy script. So I am parsing if you go to the before palette option. So I used Groovy script to read Excel data. Okay, but before using this, you can simply use a CSV converter You can maintain if you maintain CSV file in the SFTP server, you can utilize that palette option and you can easily convert. If you have any spaces, first of all, this is the read Excel data. So I'm reading using the Groovy script. I'm read the Excel data and pass in the JSON format. I'm converting in the JSON. After that, if any spaces is there, we can use the Groovy script to remove those spaces in the payload. And we need to set the parameters. So we are using API. The API, which format we are sending? We are sending the JSON format data. So that is the reason we need to use a header content type and XCRF token. So this is the security purpose. Actually, standard APIs, they are maintain the XCRF token as a security. So first, if you want to access those API, first you need to fetch this token, CSRF token. So then only we are able to access. So you need to fetch the CSRF token using this header, and I'm storing payload. What are the payload is coming from the before palette option? I stored those payload in the payload header. So I'm not. So in JSON payload, sometimes we got some line breaks. So for that line breaks also we can use. See, our ultimate goal is we need to pass proper payload, what API is supported. That payload we need to maintain. So for that purpose, if you have any spaces, any line breaks, or any additional quotations, so you will need to remove using the Groovy script. So these are all the same things. Now we are splitting the record. So I am splitting based on the booking XPath. So grouping. So I want to send one by one record only. So that is the reason I used grouping is a one. Then I think in this Groovy script we are changed JSON to XML. Yeah, you can see. So in the Groovy script we are logging the JSON payload. Add converting to JSON array and converting to the JSON object. Yeah, in this place I changed it because of sometimes in the payload cleaning, sometimes JSON payload is not supporting. Sometimes we are able to clean in the XML payload. Sometimes some cases we are clean in the JSON payload. So that's why based on your requirement, you can convert in the XML or JSON. So we are splitting the record. And if you want to split the record, you need to give the XPath. If the payload is coming in the JSON, you are unable to split the record. That is the reason we are changing to JSON format to XML. If I use it this one, so that is the reason these all steps are coming. If you use CSV to XML converter, so you will skip these all steps. Okay. So now XML to JSON converter we are using, and we are maintain content modifier. We have passed the body after converting. Now it is going to the process part. So this is the local integration process. Why this iFlow was developed? Because of, see, in the business perspective, we have the customers, right? So if you maintain those customer master data in SAP, how they are maintained using we can call as a business partners, customer data or vendor data. We can create as a business partner in SAP terminology. So we can create. So in this new vehicle booking data, we need to create the business partner for that particular customer. Because of this entire data is a new customer was booking. So for those customers details, we need to maintain our database, right? So that is the reason we can maintain this customer master data as a business partner. If you want to maintain this customer data, you need to create the customer business partner. If the suppliers data, we can create suppliers also, we can call as a business partner, but the roles will change for customer and vendor. So yeah, we can do the mappings. We can log the payload. Some Groovy script is there to go to this content modifier. So what we can do? So just call the payload, which is coming in this place. We can store it in this place right before the process call. So those data I just call in this content modifier. So that is the JSON data. So I'm adding one more field that is called as a business partner data in the JSON payload, because of I need to maintain in the original what are the data is coming from the Excel, those data, and also I need to additionally add this. If you want to create a business partner, it will generate one business partner number. And also, if you want to create business partner, you need to maintain some details like role, customer name, address, and city. I will show you in the message mapping what details you can maintain. So those details I logged in this place. Yeah, so this is the data which I required to create the business partner. So it is coming from model group, booking customer code. So this data I need to maintain. So I just extract in the Excel for these particular fields to create the business partner. And I will convert in the XML. See, this is the complex flow. That's why we used a lot of Groovy script. In the real time, if you familiar with message mapping now, then you can minimize these Groovy scripts. Okay, but sometimes we are not met our business requirement for this message mapping. If I want to use message mapping, but my business requirement is different, so that time we can use Groovy script. If you want to transform the data, we are able to use message mapping and Groovy script, and yeah, JavaScript also there, but most of the people are using the Groovy script only. I personally use the Groovy script only. And also XSLT mapping is there, but yeah, that one also we can utilize. But major, if your business requirement is met in the message mapping, you can use message mapping only. If it is very complex scenarios we can't able to use in the message mapping, then only you can go for the Groovy script. Yeah, these are the fields we require. This is the standard fields. So these data is provided by the functional consultant, these values. What are the values are configured in their SAP system. So those values they provided, and the mapping logic also they will provide. For example, if I last name, where should I map? This booking customer name, we need to map with the last name. And organization BP name also, we can come from this customer name only. And corresponding language, we can use standard, because of English only we can use. And the business partner. See, in business partner creation, we have two types of there. One is number range. See, functional consultant will configure the number range. That time we don't need to provide any business partner number. If you provide the data, automatically business partner will create based on that number range. But if customer wants particular business partner number based on their requirement, that for example, in this scenario, customer have the customer code, booking customer code. He wants this business customer code as a business partner. So that is the reason we are mapped this business customer code to business partner. So in the real time, what happened? Business partner will create based on this business customer code. For example, if business customer code is 123, so business partner will generate 123 only. And this is the last name and organizational BP. So this message mapping logic will provide the functionals. So you don't need to worry about these things. So this is the additional field. Actually, some APIs we don't have additional fields. For example, the PAN number. In the business partner API, we don't have the PAN number. So that time we can customize in S4 HANA Public Cloud APIs. So yeah, this feature also there. Yeah, this is the customer we create. So what are the data is required to create the business partner? Those data you need to maintain. So I mapped. Yeah, street name. So we have changed length because of the standard 28 characters only SAP will support it. But if coming the name is exceed the 28 characters, so that time we need to minimize. So if any limitations are there, based on those limitations, we can minimize. I used this just 28 something, 60 characters. Okay. So I maintain 60 characters. If it is coming, it will minimize the between the 60 characters only. So we are replacing. Okay, these are the same transformations which is required in our business scenario and in the time of payload logging. So, yeah, you can directly go to this connections configurations. Yeah. So this is API, is a business partner API. These APIs are OData is there, so you can configure OData also. But why I configure? Because of I need to fetch the CSRF token. So my approach is I'm frequently use the HTTP adapter only. So that's why I used HTTP. Otherwise, you can use OData also, not a problem. So we can pass the headers. First, this is the token fetching head. Same API, if you call first time, it will provide the header. Header means it provides the token, but you can maintain method as a head. That means if you call API, what are the headers are available in that particular API, those headers will expose. Those data will come, so we can pass. So header dot payload. So I called. So once I got the token, so this API is calling token. So in the runtime configuration also, you need to see if you want to maintain any headers in the HTTP adapter. So those headers you need to maintain in the runtime configuration in this place, allowed headers. Then only it will work. Otherwise, it can't be worked. So just remember this point. So we can call the payload this place. Yeah, I pass the JSON payload. So that's why I maintain content type header. Now we can say I maintain post. So once we fetch the CSRF token, so we can, whenever you maintain headers, so automatically it will take those token. Backend it automatically store those token in the XCRF token. So it will automatically authenticate. But you need to mention in this place and also runtime configuration. And we can maintain the credentials for these APIs. Whenever you activated this API in a business partner in the property. So once we created this BP number, then what we'll do, see, customer requirement is this entire data. What is the data is coming from the Excel, those data, and also along with the data, this business partner ID also we need to update in the custom business object. Custom business object is nothing but table. In public cloud, in private cloud, we can call as a table. In public cloud, we can call as a CBU. That means custom business object. Okay, so those things also functionals will create that CBO and they will provide those OData API. But you need to aware where the CBO is there, how it will work. So this is the OData API. The same, if you use any standard APIs, first you need to fetch the XESRF token. So after that, you need to pass. So I'm storing that entire payload which is coming from the Excel along with this business partner ID also. Additional header, complete additional payload. Header process call payload. Previously, I stored some payload. I just called in this place. Why every time we stored that payload in the header level? Because of now, once some steps will process it, the data format will change. See in CPI how it will work. So, step by step, one by one palette option, what the data was transformed, the next palette option, those data was transferred, right? So if you go to the process call, what are the data is coming in this place, it won't, in this process call, it was generated. I just capture the business partner data and I send into this business partner and I captured the business partner ID. So after catching that, I need to process again the previous payload, right? So in this payload, what we are doing, we are fetching from the data from Excel. We are using process call in another integration flow, in another flow. We are creating the business partner. If you don't want to call those headers, the same data, once you created the business partner, what is the response is coming in the business partner, those response is carry forward to the next step after processing call step. But that response I don't require. I require the original payload which is coming from the SFT. So that is the reason first we are storing that payload in the one header. After that, I called those payload in the after processing call. Then after that, I transformed the data based on the original payload. So that's why we are storing that payload. So actually in these steps, we are, okay, if you go to this Groovy script, what?
It's a stepwise approach of everything.
Yeah, okay, understood, but okay, 1 minute.
Something is going on in the class and am I not able to hear anything?
Yeah, okay, Vivek and Priyanka, noted your points. So tomorrow onwards, we
Okay.
will do like this. So first we need to discuss with team Balaji, and we will plan accordingly. Okay, today if you have any doubts, you can ask me. I will clarify. Tomorrow onwards, we will start what are based on your requirements from the basics.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have few basic doubts on the subject, not on the
Yeah.
particular flow that you showed. So when we say SAP and non-SAP systems, what comes under SAP is and what is S4 HANA, and how does SuccessFactor, Ariba, Glassfield, all this categorize? దేని దేంతో కనెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం? So that is my first doubt.
Okay. See, yeah. See, for example, if you take the success factor, okay, success factor is a software as a service. In success factor, we are maintain employee data, employees data, and timesheet data, and also some payrolls data also we are maintain. So if you want in S4 HANA, why we can integrate this success factor to S4 HANA? These employee data and payroll data, timesheet data, we required in S4 HANA HCM. See, in SAP, we have a lot of modules is there. Okay, one is a FICO, MM, SD, and EW, HCM. So generally, HCM means human capital management. Okay, so these employees data, what are the data is available in success factor? Those data
Recording in progress.
maintained in the HCM module for the payroll purpose. Okay, payroll purpose, they will integrate not only payroll, the timesheet data. See, generally SAP is like a database now, so we can store all the data, success factor data in the in S4 HANA, and use those data. We can generate the payrolls and employee sheets, some reports, what are the reports they require for HR department. HR department requires some data for monthly reports. So that is the reason we integrated the success factor and S4 HANA. Okay, in success factor also we have multiple modules is there. Employee payroll, employee central is there, payroll is there, recruiting module is there. So see, multiple module means multiple data which is maintained. For example, the recruiting data we are maintaining the recruiting module. Okay, so employee data like a timesheet data and basic information, those maintained in the employee center. So we are integrating based on their needs. So generally, why we can integrate success factor and S4 HANA? Because of the employee data and the payroll purpose also. Sometimes we require payroll. Some company, because of SAP supported payroll also, for payroll purpose also, we are integrating the success factor and this SAP S4 HANA. If you want to integrate the success factor using CPI, success factor only support OData APIs. Those OData APIs also is a standard APIs. Okay. So using that OData APIs, we are able to connect the success factor system. So generally, this is in SAP side, we have a lot of things are there. We can use RFC, we can use IDoc, and we can use SOAP, and we can use REST APIs. Now we can call as a RAP. REST APIs also we are able to use. Using these adapters, we will integrate.
Okay, so is success factor not a part of S4 HANA? Are they both different?
No, yeah. A success factor is a software as a service. It is a part of SAP, but it is an individual. It is a software. We are able to access through web browser. But the data is maintained in the data in success factor. We have data centers is there, which is maintained by the SAP only. So those data is not there in SAP. So whenever we integrate, then only those data will flow. Otherwise, if you use a success factor, the success factor data is stored in the data centers.
So is S4 HANA the database?
Yes, not a database, and it is we can use this SAP for data processing.
Okay, still little confusion. So basically, this is like Microsoft Teams and Microsoft Cloud.
S4 HANA is for a cloud-based technology we will use, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
SAP
which are going to
ECC is
migrate.
on-premise.
Yeah, which are going to migrate from old data, old SAP to now they are moving the data to SAP HANA, as per my understanding.
Yes. Previously, we have SAP ECC is there. That is an on-premise system. Now, see, now some clients used this ECC only. The new customers, their maximum maintain this S4 HANA cloud.
Okay, software as a service means whenever we require a particular resource, we will use CPI or any of the module.
No.
Is it
Not
like?
particular resource. See, success factor is also one of the software. For example, if you have a Microsoft, okay, Microsoft software is there. You can take those software, you can utilize, right? The same thing, success factor also is a, I think subscription model. Maybe I'm not much familiar, but as
That's
per
what
my
pay and use.
yeah, as per my knowledge, yeah, pay and use.
As per my knowledge, actually, like Workday is there for the HR tool. Like that, success factor is also one tool for maintaining the HR activities.
HR, yeah, we are maintaining the HR related data, but in SF now, HRs will not work. In SF consultants is
complete
there,
employees,
technical consultants, yeah. So they will take care.
Okay. Okay. So what does integrating SAP ECC with SAP S4 HANA mean? Are we migrating the data?
We are migrating. See, SAP ECC is the on-premise. First of all, we need to understand what is on-premise, what is the cloud. On-premise, we need to install in our local servers or local machines. Okay, if any patch or any upgradations there, the client will take care. But if you go to the if you go to the S4 HANA cloud, you just take the software. But if any updates or patches is there, now see in cloud also we have two types. One is a public cloud and one is a private cloud. The hybrid cloud also there, private and public. But maximum now, as per my working experience, a lot of people are choose the private cloud, S4 HANA private cloud. So in this, the data, what are the data is maintained? So every data is maintained in the cloud servers, SAP supported databases.
Sorry to interrupt you, Hari.
Yeah.
I'm getting what you're saying, but it's not going in my brain.
Okay. Okay,
I
you
think I
have
need to
particular
go through all the basics.
Okay. See, yeah, see, first of all, you need to understand what is on-premise, what is the cloud. Then in SAP, we'll provide infrastructure as see, we have cloud deployment models. In cloud deployment models, we have infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Okay, our CPI comes under platform as a service.
As
Okay, PaaS.
as
Okay, so
IAS, yes.
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 Sir.
So yeah, infrastructure as a service means the servers, networking, virtual machines are was developed by the SAP system.
Infra.
Yeah, that is infra. Software as a service, we call that success factor Ariba. So we can access using the web browser.
Only application.
Not yeah, it's called as a software. Not only application, we can do customizations also. We can add new entities.
So
Success
SAP
factor we
S4
can
HANA
call as a
means
software. Yeah.
so
Yeah, yeah,
SAP S4 HANA means it is a platform come drive also, like storage drive, cloud storage drive. It's all in one types.
see, and you don't think like that way. See, SAP is a ERP product, enterprises resource planning. See, for example, if you take the bank, in bank we have lot of departments is there, right? For example, finance department, credit cards department, or some other departments. See, some of the department data is required for another department, right? So some of other department data is required, for example, finance data required for the credit department. Okay. For those purpose, for the integrating, and we can maintain all the data, all the integrations using SAP application in one central repository. Okay, if you maintain finance related data and you can maintain related data, you are able to create material management. You can create accounting documents in S4 HANA. So this is the SAP is a central repository for all the departments data we can maintain in one particular center, one particular repository.
Got
Like
it.
SAP data center.
Yeah, HANA database is the cloud based. So those data is
HANA is nothing but related to the SAP data center. Right?
Oh, data center is different. He is saying
That's-
about, as per my understanding, if you consider a bank, it will be having LIC and insurance part and banking sector database. That data and the insurance data, everything will be like stays in SAP cloud.
and also we can integrate
Okay.
both the departments. See, for example, if you go to the if I want if I created one product, okay. So first of all, if you go to the warehouse they are maintain some products, right? So they're maintained in the EMW module. So where those products were stored, what is the storage location? So after that, after next step, what we'll do the processing, or we can sell, right? We can create for that particular product. So in the material management they will create, and after that it is going to the SD sales department. Okay, after sales department it will go to the finance. Once we sell, now we got the money and we will generate the invoices, it will go to the FI. So like it will integrating one business process.
With this integration, we can access anywhere, right? If suppose one city is out of stock, means that will be integrated in SAP HANA. It will be restricted in all the stores.
It will reflect, yeah. For example, you
Okay.
created one material, okay. After creation, you got one material document number. After that, based on that material document number, you will sell. Once you sell, now you will update, right? Okay, this material was sold out.
Okay.
So the business process, the step by step, what are the business process is there? Those entire business process are maintained in our SAP system. It will handle those entire business
Okay.
process.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we are integrating SAP system with SAP system versus SAP with non-SAP, what is the advantage of integrating SAP with SAP compared with SAP with non-SAP?
See, based on, see, for example, now we saw one integration, the DMS integration, right? Okay. So in the DMS integration, they maintained Excel data. Okay. So we are able to process those Excel data. We will segregate and we will automatically generate the accounting document. And if any sales data is there, we will process in the sales department SD module. So what are the data is available in non-SAP system? So those data we required sometimes in some other purpose, some other process. So in that time we will integrate.
So connecting them, is it easy? SAP to SAP in terms of security and connectivity. Easy untada SAP to SAP compared with SAP to non-SAP.
SAP to SAP. See, generally we are integrating SAP to non-SAP only because of if you integrate SAP to SAP, now we have different tools is there. Another like BDC something and LSMW workbench migrations. So they automatically migrated. So CPI will not require that time. So maximum we are integrating SAP to non-SAP systems. See, it will easy or not? See, based on the protocols. See, with the connection, main our challenge is connectivity, right? If it is supported, then we are able to integrate. We have the adapters is there. If third-party system have APIs, so now all the lot of third-party systems are maintained as APIs. Okay, so we can utilize those API. Some people they are maintaining the SFTP server. We are able to connect CPI easily connect the SFTP server, but we need to follow some prerequisites. For example, if you connect the SFTP server, you need to know the known host. Okay, those details you need to maintain in your system, and the credentials you need to maintain. If any certificates are required, see sometimes SAP to CPI for communication purpose, we need to maintain some certificates, SSL certificates is there. Once those are maintained properly, then connectivity is not a big challenge.
Okay, as per your SAP CPI integration, there is two scenarios, right? One scenario is for changing Excel file into JSON, and one is for making it the partner file, right?
What scenario I explained now? In that scenario,
You explained in the CPI, two scenarios are there, right? Like top one integration is
first
there.
One, yes. One scenario is you need to create BP based on the data, and another scenario is what are the data is coming from the Excel, those data along with this business partner number. Once we created this BP, this business partner number we need to add in that data, and we can store in the CB watch. So that is the entire scenario.
We can add like any other new columns in the business partner while the integration part. Like you have shown that from the source file to the business partner, like a customer data to business partner file, some what are the columns are there that is integrated, right?
See,
last name.
Understood your question. See, if you create in business partner, in SAP side, you will create business partner. If you create business partner, what are the fields are required? What are the data they are maintained in the time of creation of business partner? Those data you are able to maintain. Those fields values you are able to maintain in your XML file. For example, in business partner, tax number is not there. You can't able to push the tax number in the BP creation because of SAP. It was not supported. The tax number is there. I'm just explaining one example.
Okay. As per the Excel sheet, whatever the content is there, that only we can fetch in the business part.
Yeah, in the XML we have a lot of data.
We can't
No.
add more.
That means, see, if you want to add more means, when whatever is created in business partner, what the fields is supported, those data you can maintain. For example, see, some mandatory fields is there. If you create business partner, if you maintain 4 fields, automatically BP was created. But address, street, pin code, these fields also there. So if you want to, I want to fill these data also, you can maintain. If in your Excel sheet, those data is there. In Excel sheet, you have the pin code. So those value also you are able to push.
Okay. But whatever the data is available in Excel sheet, that only we can pull out the business partner.
What data is required to create BP, those data we need to capture in the Excel and we will send. See, in Excel, we have 100 records. You are, 100 fields values. You are sending 100 fields value to the BP? No. Because if you want to create BP, you have particular fields is there. Those fields, what are the fields they require? The functional consultant will tell you. Okay, in this Excel, for example, BP partner number I want because of customer wants in the external number. What are they in Excel? They maintain some unique number. Those unique number they want business as a business partner number. So we will mapping that number to our in the target side structure.
And then last in that scenario, another integration is there, right? That integration is related to.
See, one is BP creation, one is the entire Excel data. Not see Excel to JSON. Why I converted based on, see, I used a HTTP adapter, right? API. API, which data it is supported JSON, right? So OData API is HTTP also it supported JSON. OData also sometimes it is supporting JSON. And in CBO object, what are the CBO APIs they generate and that CBO object is supported the JSON form. So that is the reason I converted in the JSON from XML. If your API is supported XML, then you can directly send XML data. See, what is your business? See, what is your business scenario?
To mapping, right? Sorry to
No. One is for the BP creation. In the BP creation, we are maintaining the business partner. Because of BP creation fields are different and Excel data fields are different. That means source structure is different, target structure is the different. So that is the reason I maintain message map. If I want to store entire data, then why we can do message mapping?
Yes.
Yeah, guys, one more minute. I think today's session was completed. Okay, we will discuss, and tomorrow onwards we will see to start from the basics.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.